People were shocked that we didn't talk about this on the last episode, but it actually happened like 2 days after we recorded last time. Your man, former President Donald Trump, got his ear grazed off by a sniper.
Did you see that?
Almost doesn't sound real.
Did you see that the sniper, I guess, had bad sniping grades?
Yes.
So he was a hair away from having his whole face blown off.
And I couldn't stop thinking about that for a period of time of what that image would have been like for our country / the history books if there was a image of his head exploding.
I think a lot of people would have said,
I'm glad we avoided that.
I told you so. My partner Ion's an openly queer guy on Clubhouse. Ion fixed my life. He's 7 feet tall. He's been saying for a while they're going to kill him.
Right.
They're going to kill him. Somebody's going to try to assassinate him. Now, I'm paying attention to the setup. I'm wondering what the fuck is Trump on? This open field, it looked like it was maybe 100 people there?
Right. No, there was a lot of people there. There was a big ass rally.
Maybe it was just a big ass field.
Well, the dude who shot him was like 200 yards away, and I was listening to an interview.
But everybody's seeing him on the roof.
Right. No, okay, there was a handful of people around there, but that's outside of the perimeter of the event. And what I was watching
Stop right there.
I was watching
Secret
an interview.
Service.
Right. They're supposed to be on top of all that shit. And you hear their bullshit response? They said that it was too sloped. So they couldn't position any of their dudes out around there. It was too much of a slope. And the ladder was already there. The guy didn't have to bring the ladder over.
Wherever they saw people standing, should have been somebody scoping.
Yeah.
So that group of people that could see this dude on the roof, some Secret Service, bro. First I thought it was internal. I still think it was kind of like maybe they knew it was, I don't know, but dude looked like he got picked on, one of them type of,
I've read a lot about this, so they still are having a hard time putting together like a coherent political ideology. The guy was registered as a Republican, but I guess in his search history, he had searched for presidential events for both Joe Biden and Donald Trump. So realistically, this could have been a Joe Biden attack. They're not really sure. It doesn't seem like he had like any kind of coherent ideology aside from just wanting to, cause some chaos and whatnot. But I was listening to an interview. We all assume that being a sniper would be quite difficult, that there's got to be a real learning curve if you want to learn how to shoot something from like hundreds of yards away. But this dude said in an interview, he's like a professional sniper, he said that if he had like a half hour with you or me, he could have taught us how to shoot somebody in the head from that distance away, and we would have been pretty fucking accurate. Like, it's not that hard.
Especially with a scope.
And that's not with like a top of the line rifle either. That's like with like a pretty regular ass sniper gun that you could get from like Walmart.
You dealing with wind. You dealing with all that type of shit.
But he did fire 8 times.
But see, that's what I'm saying. If he would have focused on Trump, because he killed somebody else. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 died.
I think one guy and then he died, so 2 people total.
If he would have sent all 3 of them shots at Trump, he would have had him. So was he really there to kill Trump? Did he think he executed it when he saw Trump drop?
This is the thing. I think a more experienced sniper would have aimed for the chest. But he aimed for the head, probably not knowing that that's not nearly as good of a target because it's moving. It's much harder to aim for. Like, the fact that Trump didn't get killed is purely a product of the fact that he turned his head at the last second. But if he had aimed for the body is moving far less. So that's where you actually want to aim. I guess this guy didn't know that, luckily. I'm gonna be honest, like a big feeling, and I say this as somebody who's been a consistent Donald Trump detractor for many years now, but there's like a sense of embarrassment. Like, I was picturing if my kid was like 4 or 5 years older, if she was like able to understand. I was picturing myself having to explain to my child that a crazed individual tried to kill a former / probably next president.
But not even a crazed individual, just anybody.
Yeah, just a random fuck. And that this is the kind of thing that we have to worry about in our country. Now, granted, there's been a lot of assassination attempts on presidents throughout history, but I mean, it's a sad state of affairs that we live in a country where this kind of things happen.
They showed he was walking around and moving around at first.
The guy,
he was walking around the crowd like by Trump.
Oh, really? I don't think he entered the building. I think that he tried to enter and he couldn't enter.
No, they showed him. He was outdoors. What building?
No, but like the actual perimeter of the event.
Well, they showed him walking around. He was like the Trump's flank to his left. And but Joe Biden, I think Trump, they need to keep their ass indoors.
Yeah.
Or
He has
put
COVID,
him in
so
one
for
of
sure.
those things the Pope be in.
The Pope Mobile. Is that
Yeah.
bulletproof?
I would hope so.
But it's not like he can give a speech at a convention.
Bullshit.
in a-
All he got to
in a
do,
bubble.
all he has to do is run the microphone in there, run the old mic in there, and he's cool.
But the people want to see him.
Hey, listen, do you want to see his ass alive or die?
But one thing I can say is that going forward, it's been like 40 years since somebody tried to murder a president in America. So it's like going forward, I expect a much higher level of security for this kind of thing. It feels like, if anything, they probably got a little lackadaisical because the sniper that eventually killed dude, he could have took that shot earlier. He waited until the guy shot for him to shoot the guy, which
He saw the sniper?
Yes, which I can
Wait,
kind of understand
Wait.
because this is like you've been trained to be a sniper your whole life and you've never
Why
actually
is he
had to take a
waiting for
shot.
a guy to take a shot?
That's what I'm saying. But like he's probably checking himself in his head like, holy fuck, is this seriously happening? What the fuck?
So it's his fault those other people dead.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Hesitation lead to failure. You fail to hesitate, you might be successful.
You got blood on his hands.
Yeah, that's crazy. So he saw him.
Yeah.
Because it's sniper's job to pinpoint locations a sniper might be.
Right.
He saw the sniper and said, well, I'm going to wait to see who he's going to kill.
Well,
Then I'm gonna kill
He
him.
was at least like waiting to make sure this was actually what he was planning on doing. Because I can imagine being in that guy's position. You've been training for this your whole life, but you've never had to actually take a shot. So I can understand you'd be a little bit nervous about taking that shot. But I mean, let's say the guy was planning on shooting somebody else. Wouldn't we rather have him been shot? Or let's say it was an accident. Maybe the guy's just up there trying to get a tan.
No.
Shoot
fuck
him
that.
anyway.
Fuck
Just
that.
shoot him.
Yeah.